Archangel Michael warns the enemy is stealing your miracle. If you've been feeling stuck, like something huge is missing, don't scroll away. This is for you. Pay attention. A big part of you isn't done yet. It's not that you haven't worked hard enough or tried your best. It's because the most important thing you were meant to do is still waiting for you. This thing is just waiting on the edge of your life, watching you give your time, energy, and heart to other things while it stays untouched. You've helped other people. You've stepped in to help with every issue that came up. You've taken on responsibilities that weren't yours and fixed problems that weren't yours to fix. You've put a lot of effort into things that were never meant to last for you. And through it all, the most important task, the one you were only meant to do, has been waiting for you to take a break, getting ready for the moment you turn around and say, "I see you, I understand what you want, and I'm ready. Now is that time." Some people get a certain kind of tiredness when they have a calling but haven't fully answered it yet. It's not being tired of failing. Someone who keeps going to the wrong door, working hard inside, and then wondering why they don't feel truly done. When the job is done is tired. When you're done with something, you move on to the next one. But there's a question that keeps coming up in the background. Is this really it? Is this really what I should be doing? Don't pay too much attention to this question. It shows up out of nowhere and stays there until you are still enough to hear it. Don't ignore that question if it's been bothering you. Don't just say you're not thankful, you're bored, or you want more than what you have. That question doesn't show a flaw in who you are. Your calling is telling you that question. It doesn't scream. It doesn't push back. It doesn't ask you to stop everything and make a big deal. It won't stop though. It will keep asking you things in still and quiet times and between tasks until you have the courage to be still and listen to what it has been saying the whole time. There are signs in your life that show you this is true. People either don't see or try to explain away these signs because if they did, they would have to act in a way that feels too risky or uncertain. But ignoring these signs won't make them go away. It doesn't change, they just wait and get quieter. You might start a lot of things, but never finish them with all your heart. Not because you aren't willing to do what you say you will do, or because you can't. That's because the energy you need for real completion, the kind that hits you deep down and makes you feel both empty and full at the same time, is saved for the work you were specifically chosen to do. Putting your energy into things that aren't your true calling is like trying to get a river to flow uphill. No matter how hard you try or how strong your will is, the current was never meant to go that way. You're not weak when you feel stressed. The river is telling you the right way to go. During this time in your life, you also feel a certain kind of guilt. As much as you want to be polite and say yes, deep down you know the real answer is no when people ask for things. But the word gets stuck and you say, "Yes, of course, I'll help." You have been taught that someone with a purpose serves. That not giving help to someone who needs it is a form of failing. That how available you are shows how faithful you are. But what if that idea isn't always true for someone like you, in your specific situation and with your specific task? What if every yes you say to something that isn't your work is really a no to something that is? What if the holiest thing you can do right now isn't add another thing to your list, but finish the task you were sent here to do? It makes you feel different now, doesn't it? The places that used to shine light on you, now feel a little less bright. Invitations that seemed like great chances at first can now feel like a bother, like something pulling you away from a more important conversation that you haven't finished. There are changes in even the relationships you care about. It's like something deeper is slowly, but surely trying to point you in a different direction. Not leaving, not being cold, not turning away from love, but a holy narrowing. You should put all of your attention and energy into what you were made to do. It's like your whole life has been slowly putting things in order so that they point in one clear direction. Then, there are the quiet times, a picture, a project, or a way to help that you've been thinking about for years, but never really started, will often show up when you least expect it. You tell yourself it's not the right time, you're not ready, you're not prepared, or you don't have enough resources yet, so you walk away. You tell yourself that you'll get to it later, when everything is ready, because you need to focus on other things first. But the picture keeps coming back, pulling you in stronger. Its importance grows instead of decreases, and you know in your heart that this is it. This is the job. The wild is not a punishment. Long periods of waiting, getting ready, feeling like you're moving but not arriving, and giving everything, and still feeling like something important is missing aren't proof that you've been forgotten or overlooked, or that you can't do what was promised because of a flaw in you. They make the person who was chosen ready to carry what they were called to carry. Putting a surgeon in the operating room before they've been trained is not the right way to prepare them. You can't just skip the foundation and hope the walls hold up when you're building a big church. Those years hidden away weren't wasted. It took years to load. In secret, they were making what the public work would need one day. A single flame on a mountain told Moses, "I chose you for this," before he spent 40 years in the desert. For 40 years, he took care of someone else's sheep and walked the same paths in a place that wasn't his own. During the long silences, he wondered if the fire he felt as a young man would ever find a real purpose. If the sense of a mission he'd had since birth would ever turn into something concrete he could do. Not only did those 40 years make him slower or less skilled, but they also made him completely empty of his own goals so he could carry the freedom of a whole people. He lost all of his plans that weren't God's in the desert. He wasn't a man looking for meaning when the voice finally came and made the assignment clear. That man finally saw the purpose that had been written in his heart from the beginning. What changed wasn't the task, but his willingness to take on the name of what he'd always been carrying. You've been going through the same thing in the wilderness. Every relationship that made you feel like things weren't fair helped you develop compassion that doesn't break when things get tough. There was no rejection when a door shut at a time, when you were sure it was the right time. That was redirection. It took you away from something that would have worn you out before you could figure out what you needed to do to finish your real assignment. Every disappointment was a tool in the hands of something that knew what it was making. It wasn't an end or a punishment, but a precise and well-used tool. What's being done now is different. Even if you can't put your finger on it, you can feel it. There is no big announcement or heavenly sign you can take a picture of to mark the end of the training season. It ends with a calm sense of certainty, a knowing that comes to you one day without any trouble and tells you, "I am ready." It's not the readiness of someone who has no more doubts or fears. The state of being ready to do something, when they've decided that not doing it will cost them more than doing it badly. That's all the work has ever needed to be ready. Think about what you can carry now that you couldn't carry when you were living in the wilderness. Having been misunderstood for a long time gave them a lot of patience and empathy. This kind of wisdom can only be gained by learning to trust a message inside that no one else saw. These aren't just small traits. Those are the exact traits that your assignment needs. For a reason that is now becoming clear, they were put into you by the very things that made them strong. Before we go any further, there's something important to know. A brain doctor who has studied the mind and its calling for 20 years led a small group of scientists who found something about the person as well as the calling. They found that the problem was almost never the person who was chosen to do the calling. Being able to carry it in your mind often was. Not because you don't have faith, work hard, or care about your spiritual life. It was because of something that happened to the mind over many years, slowly and quietly, starting in childhood. Most people don't even are aware of this. Something that can be fixed, something that can be measured, and something that has a specific place in the brain's structure. This message will end with what they found, but for now, think about this question. Why hasn't the work been finished yet, if it's not just a matter of being spiritually ready? What if a part of the answer has always been in the way our brains are wired? Someone is against the work you were called to do. That enemy doesn't come from outside either. It doesn't look like a clear opponent when it comes up. It doesn't look like an enemy you can name and get ready for. It looks like everything else, all the other things that need to be done, all the other people who have real and fair needs, and all the tasks that keep piling up and demanding to be done before the most important thing gets its turn. When someone really has a divine assignment, they often take too long to do something because they care so much, because they have strong feelings. They can very clearly tell what other people need. They were born with a generous spirit that was always meant to flow toward one big goal. When something or someone in their immediate environment asks for that spirit, they find it hard to hold it back. That's why the years add up in a way that makes life look like it has meaning, but on the inside it feels like a dull pain that never goes away. The quiet knowledge that you can't do something important for a while. Being aware that the one true work is still waiting is what drives all good deeds and genuine acts of service. You can pay attention, not by ignoring love, being rude to people who need you, or avoiding real relationships and responsibilities. People who finally understand that you can't pour from a cup that isn't full would say this. And that cup is only really full of the one thing it was made for, not all good things, but just that one thing. Being good to yourself is not the same as being good to the world. Many hands can do good things. Yours was specifically given to you, and no one else can do it instead of you. People who follow through with their calling form a habit. That's not just because they have a strong will. They also know what's important every day. It's a habit that starts with a simple question asked before the day starts, and its noise fills the whole room. Not, what do I need to do today? But, what is the one thing that will move the unfinished work forward, even if I don't do anything else today? That thing isn't the most important thing on your list, or what other people are waiting for. The one thing you can do to let your calling know, I haven't forgotten about you. I'm still here. I'm still taking care of what I was given. The one small thing you do that shows what's most important to you. Something that is done instead of said, that says, this work comes first. You wait after that question. Not to get advice from other people or to be sure that the way you feel is right. You wait for the inner message that you've always had. There is still a full part of you that got the assignment in the first place. It's still there. It didn't forget. It talks back when you're calm enough to hear it. Not with a big revelation, but with the steady, quiet rise of a knowing that was always there, but hidden. After that, you protect. For this work, you treat the time you have set aside like a promise to the most important person in your life. It doesn't get what's left over after everything else has had its fill. You do your best. The first hour of the day, when you're not distracted by other things that need your attention. That hour is for the melacha, the work that was specifically given to you and no one else. In the usual way, this isn't a way to get more done. Being true to the one thing is what this practice is all about. And if you do it every day for a while, it stops feeling like work. It feels like home now. The calm, quiet relief of someone who has found their purpose and chosen to stand in it every morning before the world makes its claims, not just once when they have a lot of ideas. Everything I've said so far has a deeper meaning that I haven't named yet. Not a spiritual layer, but a physical one in the way the mind is built that carries the calling. There is something that determines whether the present clarity will last or return to the mental fog that has always stood in the way of completing the calling. Most people don't expect me to say what I'm about to, but first, let me make sure you understand what I mean. Weakness is not a sign of having sacred work in your life that you haven't finished. They don't mean you're spiritually weak or don't care enough. They are proof that God gave them the job. The wild places you walked through weren't just bad luck. It had a name, and that name was yours. It was helping you develop the skills your job requires. Your pattern that left one work unfinished wasn't a sign of a personality flaw. In a deep person, giving their depth to everything, but the one thing it was made to serve led to this. You can start the daily return practice right now by asking that one question and setting aside that hour. You don't have to wait for things to get better. That's the truth you now carry. The next thing is right next to it. You really do have a calling, but the part of your mind that knows it needs different care than most people give it. Not just spiritual care, but also medical care. In the end, both types of attention lead to the same place if you stick with them. CTAwins, please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. A woman from California said these 4 things about her life before everything changed. Life was happening to her. For her job as a nurse, she had to have everything. She did what she had to do at work, and then tried to do what her life needed when she got home, but her mind was always cloudy. Not sad or lazy, just foggy. She is now slow where she used to be fast. There wasn't much going on in her marriage. That's what happens when both people are there, but aren't fully present for each other. To clear her mind and feel new inside, she had tried everything: meditation, special soundtracks, and anything else that came her way. There was something wrong, but nothing really got to the heart of it. A man named Dr. Roger Sperry named the study that changed everything for her more than 40 years ago. Nobel Prize winner in medicine Dr. Sperry proved something that most people don't learn in school or church. The brain is split into 2 separate halves. These 2 parts of the mind work together, which is how modern life trains brains from childhood on. But the mind only works at a small part of its full potential. It's slower, foggy, and not as in touch with the flow of new ideas that came naturally to it when it was young. But when the 2 sides of the brain work together, when the whole brain works as one, which Dr. Sperry said is how a healthy mind should naturally work, the outcome is very different. You know, that kind of easy clarity that most people have as kids but lose over time without ever being able to figure out why. Being creative is easy for 98% of kids who take tests. Not even 1% of adults keep that up until they are fully grown. Where are the rest of them? No, it wasn't age. It wasn't just getting less smart over time. There was a slow, planned process of brain disconnection that was built into modern life. It happened so gradually over years of growth that there is no one moment that stands out. As an adult, the genius that came naturally to the mind as a child has been, in the words of one researcher, taken at the brain level, not because of one terrible event, but because of the effects of living in a place that wasn't made for whole brain living. A local doctor named Dr. Daniel Barone led a small group of brain scientists who worked for years to turn Dr. Sperry's Nobel Prize research into something that could be used without a clinic or a device that costs a lot of money. They made a unique sound sequence that should be listened to through headphones with the eyes closed for 8 minutes every day. It is meant to do the one thing that modern life has stopped the brain from doing on its own. It is meant to connect the 2 sides of the brain and get the whole brain working again. This is more than just a brainwave track. It's not a recording of frequencies. This is whole brain synchronization, the exact process that won the Nobel Prize. All you need are headphones, your eyes closed, and 8 minutes. It took the California woman 10 days to listen. The fog went away. Her husband knew something was wrong before she even told him what it was. The quiet marriage spoke up again. They were on a plane to Italy 2 weeks after they began. "My life feels enchanted now," she said simply and without any fuss. Not because her calling had changed or her problems had magically gone away, but because the part of her mind that was meant to help her live her whole life was finally working the way it was meant to. Not everyone should do this. A lot of people heard about this right away and kept going. They got used to the fog because it was something they were used to seeing. It became a normal part of their minds. but you're still here, deep down wondering why the mind God gave you for a divine calling isn't working at the level that calling needs. Not being able to wait is not that question that won't go away, even if you have a busy and successful life. That is the question of discernment. The people who worked with Dr. Baron thought this technology was worth 500 for some background neurofeedback sessions that take place in real life cost around 300 an hour. These are the clinical version of what this track does. A neurofeedback device that you can use at home costs around $7,000. Dr. Baron cut out the middleman and sold the sequence directly on his team's page for $49. You can get it today for $39 on the same page where you watched this whole message. Extra 10 off today only on this page. Along with that, you get 4 extras for free. A guided meditation by a creator who is featured on one of the most popular meditation platforms. It is based on 4 areas of life where clear thinking affects you the most. This is a grocery list of 10 common foods that cause brain fog, which most people think is just part of getting older. It also includes 5 useful ways to save over $100 a month on groceries at regular stores. Many researchers think that this classic book on manifesting wealth, which is over 100 years old, is where most modern teachings on manifestation got their start. You can buy it on big book platforms for $29, but you can get it here for free. And a printed habits guide with a summary of 5 things that Dr. Baron and his lab team do every day to keep their brains healthy over time. And if you use it every day for 2 weeks, and it doesn't change the way your mind works, including your mood, as well as the measurable quality of clarity and connection, you get your money back in full. There were no questions. There are no conditions. You can do as many sessions as you want. There are a lot of audio tracks online that have names or descriptions that sound alike. This is an important thing to keep in mind before moving on. When people asked about those tracks, Dr. Baron and his team checked a lot of them. Most of them didn't have any real brain synchronization technology in them. The names and descriptions were only there to get people to click on them in search engines. The real sequence, which was made after years of careful research and development, can only be found on the direct page for his team. There was a reason why it was kept very clear. It's written by Dr. Baron himself too. Baron put the link in the description and the pinned comment, so you can see what 8 minutes can do for the mind that was made to carry your calling. As CTAT, as this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. There are too many unfinished tasks for you, where many things start but never finish, where the best parts of your day are spent meeting real needs that you won't have to carry forever. At the end of the list, your calling waits for any energy that is left over after everything else has been taken care of. That spot makes you want to go there. Every real duty, every real relationship, and every good thing that needs to be done pulls you toward it. It calls itself duty, love, and responsibility, and some of what it says is true. but you know the difference between the weight of what you chose and the weight of what chose you. When you're alone enough to hear it, it feels different to carry those two loads. You know they've always felt different. What chose you has a different weight on you. It doesn't feel like something you have to do. It's like recognizing something or going back to something that you've always known. Something you know for sure that doesn't need any outside proof or confirmation from anyone else. "This is mine" is written on it. Not because I want something, but because it's true. This is the writing that I did inside. You've been putting it off for too long now. You are free to finish what you were told to do. It is okay for you to protect the hours that belong to it. Say no to things that won't help you build what you were asked to build. You can become more mature than the part of you that thought being totally available meant you were faithful. No longer do you need permission from people who were never in charge of your whole assignment. You can put the malacha ahead of everything else. You can let down some people's hopes in order to follow the one calling that no one else can do. It's okay to start even if you're not fully ready. You can trust that you'll get ready as you work. You are called to do this work too, because it's not just for you. When you finish your assignment, there are people waiting on the other side. Not in the broad spiritual sense that everything is linked. In the specific sense that something you did will change the lives of some people, not something you began. Not something you did in between other things. Something that you finished. Something you wouldn't give up, even when it got hard, expensive, or uncertain. Something that was more important to you than any other voice telling you to turn away. What those people are waiting for is something that only you can give them through your unique mix of gifts, hurts, and training. Every day that the work isn't done is another day that they have to wait. Most stories don't show what happened when Moses stood at the edge of the sea and the Egyptian army closed in behind him. The water also didn't move in front of him. Behind him, people were yelling. They were sure it was over. They looked at how far away the army was and decided that the odds weren't on their side. And Moses didn't look for a plan at that very moment. To find the one thing that wasn't his own, he looked for the deep certainty of what he was sent to do. The work wasn't managing the crowd, talking to Pharaoh, or making plans for how to feed and move 3 million people. He raised his hand because this was the only thing that had to be done. If you spent 40 years in the desert, giving up all of your plans that weren't God's, the sea would move for you. When he stood at a burning bush and heard something so clear and different from everything he had thought about himself for 8 decades, his first thought wasn't to obey. There was a fight. I'm not the right person for this. I am not able to speak well enough. I'm not the one. Anyone who is stronger, more ready, and more sure of their skills than I am should be found. He did not get a list of his strengths or a promise that the path would be easy. Instead, he heard, I know what I am sending you for, and I am sending you. That's the word that's been waiting for every chosen person who has been thinking about their job for years. Not, here's proof of your preparation, but instead, I know what I'm asking, and I'm asking it of you, because it belongs to you and can't be given to anyone else. At the burning bush, Moses' inner battle between who he thought he was and who he was meant to become came to an end. Not because all of their doubts magically went away, but because they made a choice. The conversation ended in a way that made sense. He then stopped arguing and began to walk. The water split when his foot hit it, not before. At this point, you can make a choice. Not always in a dramatic way. It might not come with fire and a clear sign. It could feel like a calm clarity you've been going around in circles for a long time without really settling into. The strong sense of duty that has been waiting for the fights to end. The argument about whether or not you are ready, whether or not you can do it, when it should happen, what other people will think, and so on. That argument is over. Now is the time to end it. Malacha is the Hebrew word used in the book of Exodus to describe the specific job that each craftsman was given to build the tabernacle. Not general work or just a willingness to do whatever needs to be done. The exact job that belongs to a certain person is called their milicha. The precise skill, the exact contribution, the one task that only this person was told to carry out. No craftsman was given a long list of tasks and told to pick one. People were given their melacha, or one thing, with great care and precision, knowing that the work that was being done by that person was necessary to finish the whole. Additionally, the building that was made when each person finished their own melacha became a home for the divine presence, not because it was big, expensive, or in a good spot, but because it was right. All of the pieces were finished by the person who was given them, with skill, focus, and the full use of their individual skill. And when everything was put together, it was something that no one person could have made on their own. A place for the presence that had been waiting to live to stay. Not only do you want to help everyone, but your melacha is more than that. If you left, no one else could take over the job. It's how you express your purpose in a way that only you can make because of how your life has been planned, how you've been trained in the wilderness, how your unique gifts and wounds have come together, and how much you have learned. You can't use something else, not someone who is a lot like you and could do almost the same thing, in particular with this history and this season, because the structure has a spot ready for your piece that is exactly the right size for what you bring. Some people will tell you that the work can wait. On the surface, some of what they say will seem true, but there is something older and quieter that lives behind those voices. The knowledge that the work still needs to be done, even though other things have become more important. Important and urgent are not the same thing. And you don't own everything that is important right now. It's not a failure for a chosen one to not have finished their work. They are a promise that is still coming true. A promise, on the other hand, needs to be kept. Not actions for someday. It's not action that waits until you feel fully ready before taking the first step that says, this work will be respected today, even more than everything else that needs my attention. There will be no unfinished business on this part of the holy building while I live a more comfortable life. The thing that starts today, in any way that's possible today, take whatever small, flawed, and maybe awkward first step you can find, because the water splits when your foot hits it, not before. On the other side of this choice is freedom, that most people never really feel, because they never really make the choice. Freedom from problems, love, duty, and the hard parts of living a full life is not really freedom. That's the freedom of someone who has found their purpose and chosen to stand in it without apologizing. That's the freedom of someone who has stopped negotiating and said, I choose the work. It's more important to me than what's comfortable, what's okay, or what's easy, and has started. That freedom doesn't show up as an emotion before a choice is made. Because of the decision it comes. It's not the other way around. The choice makes the feeling. It's not a burden to finish the sacred work you were sent to do. It's the deepest rest that can be given to a soul that has been carrying the weight of an unfinished task for a long time. Not rest from work, but rest from the pain of always feeling like you're missing something. The peace that comes when your inner plan is carried out, when the promise you made to yourself before you had a name is kept, when your calling and your life finally line up, and when your work and your responsibilities are aligned. In this video, you are having a private conversation with something you've always known. What you are deciding now isn't just about managing your time or setting personal priorities. Saying, "I trust the assignment," is a spiritual thing to do. I believe that the person who gave me the strength to do it also gave me everything I need to finish. I hope that the years of planning didn't get in the way of the goal. Layer by layer, season by season, they were building the purpose itself in ways I couldn't understand at the time. Listen up, person who has been putting all their effort into everything. But the thing, you haven't missed your chance. The calling is still going strong. The invitation you've been half avoiding and half approaching for years is still there. It's telling you that now, after everything you've been through, is the time. Not in the end, right now. The person who fulfills their calling doesn't look like they just got more disciplined or things got better. They seem to be someone who stopped fighting with the assignment one day, realized that acting was the way to deal with their fear, and started in the small, flawed, and sometimes awkward way that all fresh starts do. Imagine the craftsmen in the middle of nowhere, each holding their own melacha and working hard on their own part of the holy building. There wasn't more than one person who tried to build the whole tabernacle. People worked on it and gave their all to the one piece that was theirs to finish. Everyone finished their part, and each melacha was respected. Then the whole thing came together to make a home for the presence that had been waiting for it. A building that could not have been made by one pair of hands. A structure that called for each person to do their own unique thing. That's the kind of work you do. Not in the way that everyone is important to the project of human contribution as a whole. In the most literal sense, there is a building being built in the world, and there is a spot there just right for your contribution. What you understand is exactly the right size in that space. Your wounds taught you things. People who have been in the same wilderness as you, but haven't yet found words for what it taught them, will understand the language you used. Every season that tried to drown out your voice changed it. There's no room for anything else, not a close substitute. There is no similar word. You, with what you've gained from all the things you've been through. I think of a man whose story comes to mind. He had a strong urge to write. He had known it since he was a child. It was something deep inside him that made no sense. Over 7 years, he began the job 9 times. Each time, he stopped when he got to the hardest and most complicated part of the task. Not because the person was calling the wrong number, not because the way was wrong, but something in his mind kept him from giving the work his all every time it called for it. He called it a wall of gray that came down on him when the work was really tough. He wasn't someone who wasn't disciplined. He showed up, he learned, he carefully got ready. He went back to the beginning of the work over and over again. But he stayed at the start. The book came together in 6 weeks after the structure of his mind changed. Things that had been disconnected for years were finally brought back together. It only took 6 weeks to finish the piece of work that had been blocking him for 7 years. It had been stuck behind that gray wall. Not because the calling changed or because of changes in his life, but because the tool that was supposed to carry the calling was finally working the way it was meant to. He gave a simple explanation. It was the last time he felt like they were giving the wrong person the job. You're not the wrong person to do the job. You are the only one who can do it. It wasn't the season that made you feel unqualified, the delay that made you question the assignment, or the closed door that made you wonder if you had heard the calling wrong. It was getting you ready in ways that you couldn't see during those seasons. You are not being asked to believe that without a doubt right now. It means to act as if it were true for long enough for the work to show that it is true from the inside. Say this in your heart, in the way you know it. Don't say it out loud unless you normally do. But let the words fully form where the calling lives. I was given a specific task to do. No one else got it. I'm done arguing with the calling. I'm done putting off the assignment so I can have a nice time. I've decided to start doing the work that only I can do right now, starting with any small action that is available today. I've decided to keep the hours that belong to it safe. I choose to come back to it when something else needs my attention. I choose to finish what I came here to do. And I believe that the person who gave me this work already put everything it needs in me. Not what I think I need, but what it needs. I'm enough. The training was enough. What the assignment calls for was found in the wilderness. The work is already done, so I don't need to change anything. It is ready for me to become a certain person. Don't forget that the genius switch isn't a quick way out. This isn't a trick, gimmick, or something that can be used instead of the hard work of commitment on the inside. This is a restoration. 8 minutes of a carefully chosen sound sequence based on Nobel Prize, winning research that is meant to bring back together the two sides of your mind that modern life has quietly split apart over the course of your life. If you believe you were chosen by God to do a certain job and have been feeling like your mind isn't working as well as it should, this is the science that can help you. It can be found at the link in the description, which was put there by Dr. Barone. There is something you can do right now that doesn't cost anything if something in this video really spoke to you. Type something in the box below. Not a reason for the calling or an explanation for anyone else who might read it, just a name. One word or phrase. What is the most honest thing you can say about the EETS Melacha that was written in you? Naming it, even in this small and quiet way, is the first step to claiming it, and claiming is the first step to finishing. As soon as the work is named as a priority, it starts. Someone in your life also feels this quiet ache, this sense that something is unfinished, even though they seem to have a full and busy life. Someone who has been putting all of their energy into side projects and feels the weight of that during the hours when no one is asking them to do anything, and the feeling of being unfinished is the loudest. Don't just suggest this to them. See it as a sign of appreciation from someone chosen to someone else who is slowly making their way back to the work. Please stay tuned to this channel if you want to have more of these kinds of conversations. These conversations take the calling of the chosen one seriously enough to sit with its weight. They don't just talk about inspiration or general blessings. Instead, they talk about what it costs, what it demands, and what it produces in the life of someone who honors it. People who chose not to leave will get what's coming. The work is real. There is a real calling. The time won't come eventually. The only job you'll get from now on is the one that was written in before anyone else did. Respect it. Finish it up. Start. CTA 3. You are about to enter your divine future, but remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided e-books and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.